Hi, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can increase your website's ranking in search results to get onto the first page of Google. Then you'll be able to see what the search volume and traffic that these top sites get, along with the amount of new leads you can anticipate coming directly to your business, regardless of the number of clicks, and then they won't be shared or sold with anybody else. They'll be coming directly to you. Now, normally I would pull up your website to be able to compare to a couple of these. I understand that we're having some technical problems with that right now and it's not up. So what I've just done is I've done a search for painter in Jacksonville as well as pressure washer. And painting, I took the top and the first and the last listing so you can see the difference between them. And then for pressure washing, I just took the one of the top listings. So I have this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google finds on websites that it uses to determine the position in search results, and then also rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. Now let me just go through a quick description on what these numbers mean and things you can do on your site to be able to improve them so you can outrank these competitors. So when Google is determining how to rank a website, it uses two factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site. Now this basically boils down to a popularity contest because this authority is gained when other domains or websites refer back to yours by creating a link. And then Google uses this and acts as an endorsement to build trust because others are vouching for you. So a quick example would be if the local news station did an article on their website for, say, the top 10 best painters in Jacksonville area, and in that article, the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website. That's considered one backlink from one domain or one website. Now, there's a lot of different types of websites that can link back to yours, including any kind of blogs or editorials, guest posts, press releases. One strong and very important type is what's called a citation. Now, a citation is any time that your name, address, and phone number appear in an online directory. Those include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, Better Business Bureau. These directories are usually all free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google search. So as you can see at the top of the page, there is quite a few websites or domains that are linking back to this. And then at the bottom of the page, there's definitely a difference in quantity. Both of these are ranking on the first page, but you can see there's quite a difference. So something to also note here is it's not just a matter of the quantity of these websites and links, it's also the quality. So some websites are more spammy and not really trustworthy. They might be out of the country, something like that. We need to look for websites that are highly authoritative, but also relative to the services that you offer. It can't just be from, like, say, like a pizza place or a coffee shop. It has to be from something that has to do with painting or home improvement or construction, something in that niche. And then that'll transfer that trust through the link to your website. And then on the pressure washing side, obviously it's a little bit less competitive at the top of the list, but still, they definitely still have a lot of websites vouching for them, creating that kind of a trust and authority to bring them up to the top of the page. Now, there is a second factor that Google uses to determine the ranking, and that's the content on the page. Now, I can't see what your page looks like, so I'm just going to go. These sites all have a lot of keywords, but let's just do painting. I'm going to show you, these are all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search, as well as the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. So this is where I do some research just to find the highest volume keywords relative to the services that you offer and then the areas you service, making sure that those are included on your page and being found by Google. So for instance, painters Jacksonville, Florida is being searched 600 times a month. If your website is on the first page, 600 people are seeing your website whenever they search. Now, we're very conservative, and Google Analytics estimates about 10% of total search volume converts into a lead for the business. So that's a potential of 60 leads coming in every month from either calling you directly or form submit if you have one on your website to email. Depending on what the conversion and close rate is for your business and people that actually turn into paying customers. And then obviously the profit margin per job varies, but you can see how the sheer volume of leads coming in can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year. And that's just off one keyword phrase. So we repeat that same process for all the highest volume keywords to making sure you're getting all those leads and all that traffic coming directly to your website. Now, there is a formula that Google uses to find these. So we just take a look here. We'll go into painting. This is a pretty good example. Google is a computer, so it does not care about the layout of your website. It just is going to come in, it's going to count all the words and text on the page. It's basically looking for a minimum of about 1,500 words on a home page because it assumes that the more information you have, the more of an expert you are, and then the more likely it is to recommend you in search results. Now, while it's counting all the words, it's also searching for those keywords, so any of the services and the locations. Now, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one keyword for every 150 words of text on the page. So the more services or locations or keywords in general that you want to be found for in search means the more content that has to be added to the page to support it. And furthermore, if you are trying to rank a keyword, the content, the 150 words that are supporting that have to be about that keyword. So we can't just say we're trying to rank for exterior painting and then go on to talk about something that's not related to painting or exteriors of a house or a commercial business. It has to be relative and contextual to the actual keyword itself. Now, this website is not doing a great job with the amount of content. They are fairly authoritative, but they're on the bottom of the first page, and they do have some keywords in there and some content to help rank for it. But in general speaking, I would say this is not a great website. This is a good example of what you should be trying to avoid. We want to make sure that everything is mobile optimized nowadays because the majority of people are using their smartphones to surf and to search for people. So anything that's either an email or a phone number, you want to make it clickable where they just hit the button and it automatically puts the phone number or the email right into their phone so they can just hit send and they don't have to actually physically type it in. Same thing with form submits. These things should be right at the top, which this is right here. But like I said, this is an example of a very mediocre website it's probably been built a long time ago. And they just haven't really done any updates to it, and they're just kind of riding off this authority to try to keep them onto the first page, but they're barely hanging on. So if your website does end up getting up and you want to have us do a little audit of it, we can show you some areas that you can make improvements from there as well. And then as far as how it works in the search results itself, the first thing that's always going to come up is the Google Map Pack. So this is an important area to try to get into because a lot of traffic comes to these top 3 sites since they're listed right at the top of the page. Now, to be listed in here is free. You just need to fill out and optimize your Google business profile, which is part of the Maps app, so you can do it right from your smartphone. So you want to try to add as much information in there as you can. So all your services, the area, even your hours of operation. Then in your business description, you're allowed 750 characters. You want to try to use all of that and put some keywords in there. Then you really want to be taking photos that are geolocated and tagged from within your service area, as well as uploading posts onto your profile on a regular basis. Try to collect as many reviews, and then you want to get as many of those citations as possible. Your name, address, and phone number, you want to appear in more directories than anybody else on this list. So then underneath that, this is what's called the organic search results. This is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up on the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites will help you climb and outrank the competition. Then once you are ranked, you'll be getting all that search volume and all those leads coming directly to your business. So I hope this information was helpful and it shows you how you can scale some of your online presence so that way your website can actually generate leads regardless of the number of clicks. And it's something that never really disappears, so it'll always stay there. You might lose a little bit in rank here and there if you're not doing active work to it. But it's not like paying for ads or paying for leads where once you stop, your whole online presence disappears. But please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you want us to go into any further details. Be happy to talk about some of your goals for the business and then do some research to find out what it would take for you guys to reach those. Appreciate your time and look forward to speaking with you.